Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is our last day of fraction review for this week. And as a reminder, this week we've talked all about modeling fractions using unit form, using fraction form, finding them on the number line, drawing models, all sorts of things. So this week, or excuse me, today, we're just going to do a review kind of everything we've talked about this week, and then you guys will have a short quiz. So here is our I can statement for today. I can identify fractions using models and number lines. And the best way we're going to do that today is by doing an application problem, and then I will send you guys off to do your classwork. But before we do that, let's go ahead and start with our fluency for today. And for today, I want to go back to polygons that we talked about last week. And if you remember, a polygon is any closed 2D shape with straight sides. So, is a circle a polygon? No, it's not straight. Can this be a polygon? No, because it's open. Is this a polygon? Yes, it is. Let's try and identify it. What are some things we notice about this shape? Hopefully you're saying it has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. I agree. If it has 3 sides, it also has how many angles? 3. What do we notice about one of the angles? Hopefully you're saying you see a right angle. And if a triangle has a right angle, who knows what that means this triangle is called? A right triangle. And wherever we see a right angle, that tells us that there is a pair of what type of lines? Hopefully you're thinking perpendicular. Perpendicular to make a perfect 90 degrees. So I see one pair of perpendicular lines. Do we see any parallel lines? Nope. All right, let's try our next shape. No. Trying to jump up again. Our next shape. Sorry about my cat. Here we go. This shape, what are some things that we notice? First of all, hopefully you notice the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Any shape with 4 sides is a quadrilateral. Do we see any right angles? No. Do we see any perpendicular lines then? No. Parallel lines, lines that run side by side and never touch, right here and right here. Who knows what this shape is called? Yes, it's a quadrilateral, but what type of quadrilateral? Hopefully you're thinking trapezoid. Trapezoid. All right, here we go. Last one. What is this shape called? I think it's a rectangle. Am I right? Why can I not be right? It has 4 sides, and I see 2 long sides and 2 short sides. To be a rectangle, what does the shape have to have? In addition to 2 pairs of parallel lines. All of the angles have to be right angles. This does not have right angles, so it can't be a rectangle. Does anyone know what you call a shape with 2 pairs of parallel lines? I'm giving you a hint. 2 pairs of parallel lines. This shape is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. Great job. Let's go ahead and look at our application problem for today. Again, I'm going to scoot my camera a little bit closer so that way you guys can see it better. Here we go. Miss Smith wants to share Miss Love's birthday cake with 8 people. Show how Miss Smith can partition Miss Love's cake. If only 3 people take a slice, what fraction of the cake is left? Now, I see her cake down here, and it says, I want to share the cake with how many people? 8 people. So I'm going to partition this rectangle into what? 8ths. 8ths. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And now I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure Miss Smith just spelled 8ths wrong. Oh, goodness gracious. Today is a rough Friday. There we go. 8ths. Now, if I want to share or only 3 people take a slice, I'm going to go ahead and shade that. Now, it doesn't say what fraction of the cake did people eat. It says what fraction of the cake is left. So maybe I can show this in a number bond. We draw my number bond. And I know my whole is equal to 8/8. How much is eaten? 3/8. So that means how much is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/8 are left. So now I can answer my question. 5/8 of the cake is left. Just like that. Now, if I wanted to, I could also show this as a number line. Just like we've practiced a little bit this week. I'm going to start my number line at 0 to 1. And I know I need to partition my number line into eighths, so I'm going to draw 7 lines. So in fact, I'm going to do halves, then I'm going to go to fourths, and then I'm going to cut in half. So now I have 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then 1 whole is equal to 8/8. And then if I know 3 people ate a fraction of the cake, that means I'm here. And this part is what's left. And I can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/8 are left. So that's another way we could look at and model this problem. As I mentioned earlier, your classwork for today is just going to be a short quiz. So I do want to go through the quiz with you to make sure that everybody understands. And then if you guys have any questions that you're able to reach out and ask. So here is your quiz. Now remember, again, if you don't have a printer at home, that is totally fine. Just write down the numbers and write your answers. I'm not super worried about you having to copy it and redo it and all this stuff. So number 1, each image below is 1 whole. Write the fraction that is shaded. So on your paper, write number 1. Tell me what fraction this is, and this is. Then number 2 has 2a and 2b. It says what fraction of this figure is shaded, what fraction of the figure is not shaded. So do both parts. Number 3, draw a number bond that shows the shaded and unshaded parts of the shape below. So again, set up a number bond, write the fraction that's shaded, the fraction that's not shaded. Then your last question says number 4, use this number line to identify the following fractions. You do not need to draw the number line on your paper if you're able to look at it and see what fraction would A be, what fraction would B be, what fraction would B be, and then what fraction would C be. You can just write them down. And then that is it for your quiz. So it's pretty straightforward. Again, we just want to see what you guys remember about fractions and what you've learned this week. As always, don't hesitate to reach out if y'all have any questions or comments. See you next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.